Morning, everyone. All right, you hearing me clearly? You can keep the music going low because we're not officially starting as yet. We'll be starting in a few minutes, just over 5 minutes. Hear that non-specific, just over five? Yes. I'm excited to be here this morning. How is everybody feeling? I overheard a conversation that the people in yellow are especially bright and they're winning teams. They weren't speaking about me. They were commenting on themselves and another team that is in yellow, or at least two other teams that are in yellow. But I was going to wear blue this morning, so maybe it's the teams that are in blue that are outside. I don't know. But I just know that it's an exciting time to be here. I want to do a roll call, and I will do that shortly while we wait for the official commencement. Someone said to me this morning, oh, they went back for the OG to host. And I know they didn't mean old girl. So I know they meant the original host, and that's me. I'm Kamisha Swaby, and I'm truly, truly happy to be back with the competition. It's so nice to see familiar faces, people that I have debated with, debated against, trained in debate, right? Recruited to be debate mentors. Lots of familiar faces. And of course, the TIU team, who I have had the pleasure of working with this competition for a couple of years. It's an exciting time. Of course, I want to also acknowledge the Jamaica Association of Debating and Empowerment. They're 10 years old. Can you believe it? Jermaine Barrett came up with this fantastic idea to continue to expand the debate in Jamaica, and it's so exciting to see him here as well, and the Jade team. While we're speaking of debate, does anybody know the name Norma Rochester of blessed memory? And see, a void was created, and then what happened is Jade has expertly filled that void, driving debate. So I want to see who's here this morning. SDC? We're welcoming our Minister of Finance, the Honorable Dr. Nigel Clark. Mrs. Gunmighty, are we ready? And I always say that if her name was switched around, it would be quite interesting. From Gunmighty to a surname being Mighty Gun. Very serious woman. Ladies and gentlemen, for the music, we are now ready to officially commence. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Please stand for the national anthem of Jamaica. Please be seated. So hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the launch of the 2024 edition of the Public Sector Debate Competition. Wow, this audience is well prepped and I am already loving it. A special welcome to those who are missing the vibe in the room, but you're joining us via social media. I'm Kamisha Swaby, your Master of Ceremonies for today, and it's really nice to be back with you. It's also truly inspiring to see such a vibrant gathering of minds ready to engage in thoughtful discourse. It is amazing how the competition has grown, won't you agree? Let me tell you, last year I watched, and it was nothing short of spectacular. I saw teams from across the board. They stepped up their game, bringing arguments that were not only well-researched, but delivered with such passion. It was hard not to get swept up in the excitement. And this year, expectations are sky high. Anybody have high expectations of themselves? I mean, Cannabis Licensing Authority will have high expectations. Now, 26 teams have registered for the competition this year, and you have turned out in fine form. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now, Aniki, Tamika, and I had a good chuckle about this one. Interestingly enough, we have 13 returning teams who have tested their mettle in the competition before, along with 13 new teams who are here to show what they are made of. Now, I must add, Anika, Tamika, and I discussed this on the 13th of May. So tell me if that number plays anywhere today. I know you're all very excited to be here. And when you take your photos, please remember to post them using the hashtag PSDebateJA2024. PSDebateJA 2024. Now I'd like to specially recognize some esteemed guests in the audience. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, a staunch advocate of this competition who consistently provides his full support. We also have Ms. Darlene Morrison, Financial Secretary. Permanent Secretary, Ambassador Sheila Seeley Monteith from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. And Ms. Maria Thompson Walters, Executive Director of the Transformation Implementation Unit. Welcome also to the senior executives of the participating entities who are here to support your teams. And I saw some of them vigorously clapping earlier. But it is not my duty to do the official welcome. The person doing just that is Ms. Maria Thompson-Walters, Executive Director of the TIU, host of this competition. Let's make her welcome, please.
Thanks, Kamisha. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your support. And yes, we call this a public sector debate competition, but obviously, if the public sector does not participate, then we would have failed in what we're attempting to do. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clarke, the Financial Secretary, Ms. Darlene Morrison, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Ambassador Sheila Sealy-Monteith, senior representatives of participating entities, Founder and Executive Director of JADE, Mr. Jermaine Barrett, members of the TIU, debating teams, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to another staging of the public sector debate competition. We've had 2 successful stagings so far, and we are indeed proud to launch the 2024 edition of the public sector debate competition. I look at it as bigger and better. We are so proud of the success of the competition so far. The performances have been off the chain. Persons have dived into the world of debate. The amount of research that goes into presenting their topics, the sound arguments of the teams in our previous stagings gives us confidence to say that this one will be, I think, the best of the 3 so far. As Kamisha indicated, we have a record number of teams. So when we started this debate competition, we all agreed that we would have a cutoff for us to be able to manage the competition properly. And our cutoff is 20 teams. This year, with the amount of teams that reached out, the amount of organizations that reached out, we had to increase that. So this year we're at 26 teams. And I shudder to think what next year is going to bring us. I think we're going to have to take this debate competition public sector wide. But if you allow me a little bit, this is just the Ministry of Finance in its excellence. Just allow me that one. We have acted on feedback that we get from the teams. And at the last staging, persons were very generous with their suggestions around prizes. So last year, we increased the value of the prizes. This year, we have introduced more sectional prizes, which give teams more opportunities to win. So not just the ones in the finals. So we have introduced the Best Teamwork Award, the Most Engaged Team Award, and you will hear more about these during your training. But we had to go a little further. So we also increased the value of prizes and awards to $3.5 million. Our first place, will receive prizes and awards totaling $850,000. We're getting closer to the million. Second place gets prizes and awards amounting to $570,000, while third place receives prizes and awards valued at $430,000. And of course, this is a little unusual, but fourth place, always such a difficult place. So we have a prize package for our fourth place team, and that's $200,000 for the first time for the team that places fourth. And ladies and gentlemen, generally speaking, no team will walk away empty-handed. We value the time and effort it takes to prepare for each match and the value it adds to the public sector. We admire the spirit of competition, the brilliant forward-thinking ideas that have emerged from the competition. Sometimes we know that in our enthusiasm and the competitive spirit, this can lead us to, try to get into some practices that are not consistent with the objectives of a debate competition, and more importantly, not consistent with us as public sector employees. So I do want to encourage you all to play fairly and uphold sound practices and standards, as you will learn about during your training. One of the things that I am most encouraged about this competition and I'm most proud about is the level of dialogue it has fostered around very critical issues for our public service. We have looked at things that affect us locally in Jamaica. We've looked at topics that affect us regionally as Caribbean people, and we have looked at issues that affect us internationally. Throughout the life of the competition, which started in 2019, we have had discourse on paternity leave, retirement age, regional issues such as constitutional reform, the Caribbean Court of Justice, and the Caribbean single market and economy, and even on broader issues such as the death penalty and reparations. This year, we're looking forward to what you all have to offer and the exciting new topics that will be introduced shortly. We are very elated at the enthusiasm and support of all of our entrants this year, and proud also of the growth throughout the years. There is one thing that I must mention. The public sector debate competition is the only space in the public sector that allows for central government and public bodies to interact in the way that you guys have interacted. And I am hopeful that this allows us to forge friendships across central government and the public sector, and helps us to understand a little more how both work, because we are all one public sector. Both of us have the responsibility to deliver public services to all of the citizens in Jamaica. We thank you again for contributing to the success of the competition. We look forward to hearing all of you over the next 2.5 months, and have fun doing the research and the preparation. And I also have to say that we are working on a very, very special prize for the person who emerges as our top debater. You will hear more about that, but that is something that I can tell you, it will be a fantastic experience. So, go get them.
Thank you very, very much. Now, as you would have heard from Maria, In 2019, the TIU created a groundbreaking forum for the best and brightest public sector workers, that's you, to debate issues of national and global importance. Let's take a moment to reflect on some of the highlights from past competitions. Please turn your attention to the screens.
Hello, I am Kamisha's assistant, and I now invite you to watch this short video with highlights of last year's competition. Enjoy it.
The formula has been tested and proven. Now, public sector teams are lining up to compete to see who will be crowned winners of the 2024 Public Sector Debate Competition.
Last year, the teams took it to the next level with articulate, well-researched and spicy arguments.
I want to draw you into the Victoria Jubilee Hospital where you can identify critically with pushing. You know, when the push is coming, reparations is wanting to give birth. Reparations want to come alive. We cannot allow it to be aborted now. We're going to push and push and push because it is justified.
They were upsetters.
After losing the first match, my favorite competition moment would be when they announced that we won the second match. And I told my teammates, just like Argentina losing the first match and going on to win the World Cup, Team MOF will go and win this debate competition because we are winners.
While some returning teams once again demonstrated their strength, however, one thing was clear. The competition is not to be underestimated.
But don't just take our word for it. Take it from last year's top 4 teams, starting with the third place playoff.
It is important to absolve yourself of all form of thinking for a moment and listen as we edify you with fresh thought and highlight the importance of the justified continued push for reparations.
We do not have the legal backing. We do not have the unified financial support. We do not have the unified negotiation skills to do what, my opponents? To fairly distribute reparation efforts at this time.
Team opposition, may I suggest to you that we must grasp the nature of reparations, particularly as expounded by the CARICOM Reparations Commission, and some of the means by which we have been advancing this argument, and see how it is indeed practicable.
Let me point out that we're not arguing whether it is justified or unjustified. We're talking about whether it is justifiable or unjustifiable. And we're saying it's not justifiable because, my first point, there are legal limitations that really prohibit some Caribbean states from pushing for reparations.
Let me tell you, the debate about reparations is not just about money. We have outlined it. We can talk about psychological rehabilitation that they can assist with. We can talk about technological transfer. Did you know that Britain and the colonial powers benefited in the Industrial Revolution from the profits that were provided by the colonies?
What yardstick can we use to measure the exact influence of the specific past wrongs upon the specific present conditions?
Third place playoff champions. That team is Jamaica
Specific past wrongs upon the specific present conditions.
There's no doubt in his mind that the match would be ferocious.
You can where you are going if you do where you're coming from. Penalty, ladies and gentlemen, has always been a means of exact. No attempts have been made to make it more palatable, egregious. It is short of the mark.
Kill the boy when the pastor murder you at your funeral. Cut the newborn because you know me not. Lyrics of dancehall often of the of our society. In fact, said in the has manifested
in our country. This is modern.
We have a to uphold dignity and wrongs in the eyes of society. For the principles serve as a modern Jamaica. How do we separate ourselves from our shame when we fry and choke people ourselves? So you get the moral high ground and show that we are capable of the same tactics to address our
Jamaica % rating resident. For every criminal in prison, end of their sentence, or will return for same or similar crime. From a capital recent of 141 murder, and let us assume the committed by one person. According to 40%, of them will kill again on the streets. It's worse, ladies.
We are having some technical challenges with the audio, right? So we're going to try to fix that and come back to the video because we want to see some of the excitement that was on display last year, right? Yeah. I listened to you, I glanced over, saw the faces. That was quite an exciting year, right? Now, there definitely were some fierce competitors last year. So, who do we have returning to the competition and who are the new entrants? It's time for roll call. Feel free to stand and be counted. And let's give each team a round of applause as they are introduced. We only have a few that are in the competition but are not present today. So, returning, Development Bank of Jamaica. Returning in second place winner, Jamaica Information Service. Returning third place winner, Jamaica Customs Agency. Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is also a returning team. Ministry of Health and Wellness, returning. All right. Can I please have the same vibrant acknowledgements of your organization as we did before the minister came? Okay. Ministry of National Security. Yeah. Administrator General's Department. The Statistical Institute of Jamaica. Let's hear that again. Thank you very much. Ministry of Justice. All right. Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade. You cannot let your PS be more excited than you. Good job, MFAFT. Water Resources Authority. Yes. Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. They've arrived. Accountant General's Department. All right. Now, those are all the returning teams. Let's hear who are our new teams. Let's welcome them to the block. Real Estate Board. Southern Regional Health Authority. All right. Agro Investment Corporation. Yep. Cannabis Licensing Authority. Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. Ministry of Education and Youth Teaching Service. The Social Development Commission. And they believe in standing and being counted. Love that. National Environment and Planning Agency. The Jamaican National Heritage Trust. Ministry of Education and Youth. Love it. Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. We have one local representative, love it. The Court Administration Division. And the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining. New face of food, thank you. Now, can you give all the teams a round of applause? Wow. What exciting energy. Good. Now, I want to point out that the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service won the competition in 2023, and they're not able to participate this year. So, a new winner will be crowned. Who will it be? Who will it be? Because I heard Ms. Thompson-Walters announce that the increase in prize package, increasing the number of prizes, and some special prizes being worked out for the best debater. Who will that be? Now, in all this excitement, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to welcome a seasoned debater. One moment. Okay. Before we do that, I want to acknowledge Mr. Wayne Robertson from the Ministry, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. Welcome, sir. And your team was here and they made some noise, so we know they're here with you, sir. Good. All right. So as I was saying now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time, now if you watch Parliament, you know, to welcome a seasoned debater to the stage. Dr. the Honorable Nigel Clark, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, to address us. Please, let's make him welcome.
Madam Master, I'm here. Madam Master of Ceremonies, Financial Secretary, Permanent Secretaries, Head of the TIU, members of all the debating teams, those present, those who are here, those who are transforming Jamaica, those who are making Jamaica better, good morning to all of you. For the new teams, let me see your hands. Whoa, give them a round of applause, everybody else. This is the third staging of the public sector debate competition, and it has quickly become a staple on the public sector calendar, which is a good thing. The public sector debate competition allows us the opportunity to, in an open, free, and transparent manner, to proffer solutions to Jamaica's challenges and problems, to have those solutions contend and compete with each other. And it provides us a forum to exchange ideas as we work together to make Jamaica the place of choice that we all want and know that Jamaica can be. The competition is important to the theme of transformation, progress, and positive change. I encourage you to not see the debate only as an exchange of words, but to view the debate as an engagement with ideas. And along those lines, we are interested in using the debates as a platform for us to spur innovation in the public service. Innovation in the public service is going to be important as we seek to respond to Jamaica's challenges. The public service essentially provides essential services to Jamaicans, whether it's transportation or garbage or passport or licensing or registration or collecting of taxes or post office or land titling, development approvals, etc., etc. It's impossible to go through life, go through a single day without engaging with the public service. When you come out of your house and you go on the road, you're engaging with the public service. The public service is critical to life. So if we want life to improve in Jamaica, we've got to improve public service delivery. It is the central artery of life in the country. And what we want to be able to do is to improve, efficiency, meaning being able to produce more output of goods and services with the same level of inputs over time. And to achieve that, we're going to have to learn how to innovate at an even more accelerated pace than we have been doing in the past. This debate competition will require innovation on your part. And innovation, as TIU likes to say, is not simply applying technology to a problem. Innovation requires you sometimes to think through from the ground level, is my solution approach the correct approach? Even before I get to the particular technology that needs to be applied, do I need to solve the problem in a different way? Reorder the steps differently, do some steps in series and other steps in parallel, etc. And a debate competition is going to require you to debate. And we saw some of that innovation there in the little clip that was played. Push! Innovative ways of communicating ideas and getting your point across. The debate competition also allows us to live the value of inclusion. The public service, because it serves all of Jamaica, not just part of Jamaica. Jamaica can be split anyway, demographically, elders or seniors, working people, children. It can be split by gender, it can be split by religion, by geography, by ethnicity, by whether you have a university degree or not, etc., etc., etc. Jamaica is a diverse place, and the public service has got to be inclusive if we are to provide the kind of service that Jamaicans deserve and need. The debate competition allows for the value of inclusivity to reign and reign supreme, because you're going to hear very different ideas coming across the debate table. Even members of the same team would approach the problem in different ways. You're going to hear opposing points of view and diverse perspectives. For our public service to operate at the level that we need it to operate, we need diversity to flourish, and we need to be able to listen to the points of view of different persons and have all of those perspectives be brought into consideration. No voice can be left out. No voice can be felt or should feel as if they don't have a platform to be heard. And so the debate competition, yes, the distribution of the prizes is going to be exciting, and the camaraderie and the competition is going to pump blood through the vessels of the body. But at its core, what we are seeking to do is to shine a light and to illuminate certain foundational principles that we want to be core to the public service. Innovation, inclusivity, and as your TIU had just mentioned, integrity. The integrity with which you approach the debate and in dealing with your colleagues on your team and the colleagues on the other side. We are in the month of May. The month of April just ended. And I believe in the month of April, the final installment of the 3-year public sector compensation began. Is that true? Yes. And this has been a once in a lifetime, really, exercise. It's an exercise that Jamaica has never before done, And in fact, we can't find a precedent for a country taking on a public sector restructuring exercise for the entire country at one time. What you find in other countries is that they do the police, and then they do the teachers, then they do the nurses, and they do the, health sector, and it over a decade. Here, we did everybody at the same time. And the reason why we did that was previously, 15 years ago, there was an effort, and it went to education. You remember 80% of market for teachers? And it stopped because fiscal limits were reached, and ended up in a global financial crisis. And so it never went beyond that. And so the experience from Jamaica was like, no. You're not going to do that to me again. Either I'm going to be first, or all of us do it at the same time. And so we took on something that, as I said, sometimes in Jamaica we don't recognize the uniquely positive things that we're doing in our country. We took on the entire public service in terms of restructuring at the same time. And this is the third and final year of the implementation. We know that, as I've said before, the price tag, the increase in compensation for the 2024-25 fiscal year as compared to the year before this exercise began, the difference is $200 billion. I want you to understand that in context. Anybody can go back and look at the fiscal accounts of Jamaica. In previous years, we've added $15 billion for the entire public service in previous rounds of negotiations. This one was $200 billion across the public service, unprecedented in scale and in scope. And just 3 ministries alone, the Ministry of Education, including all of the teachers, the Ministry of Health, including all of the doctors and medical professionals, and the Ministry of National Security, including all the security personnel, those 3 ministries alone in total accounted for 100 billion of the 200. Now, we are here talking to debaters, and debaters are people who can reason, can listen, can interpret facts, and can reason. And many times in Jamaica, unfortunately, we allow irrationality to flourish and things that are not based on reason. Let it not be forgotten that Jamaica has spent $200 billion to address compensation in one cycle, and 100 billion of that went to the ministries that house our teachers, police, and healthcare workers. Now, Jamaica is going to be expecting a return from this investment. That's $200 billion that could have solved the problems of people who are not in the public service, who have problems with water and road and light and garbage and, yeah? But we have taken the view, which is absolutely the correct view, that we have to ensure that our public service will make the best effort to adequately compensate so that we can deliver other services. So it's an investment. And Jamaicans, though, are going to expect from this investment improved productivity and output, and hence the importance of a debate competition like this. We look forward to the performance element of the compensation being a part of the mix after appropriate consideration. In the third year, we have some final, what shall we call them, items that are under discussion, which we hope very shortly, will be concluded. And once that happens, we can then move on to talking about how we are going to modernize our performance management to ensure that Jamaica gets the best. Because one thing we know, what gets measured gets done. All Jamaicans want to know is how you're measuring it. Just tell me, are you measuring it over there or over there? If you measure over there, that's where I'm going to go. If you measure it over here, that's where I'm going to go. So we have to make sure that the measurements are aligned with what delivers for the Jamaican people. You know, our system is one where we choose our government. Right? The public sector is permanent, but we choose the executive and the legislature on a periodic basis. And the expectation is that when we choose them, what they say they're going to do, they actually go in and get it done. So what we're going to have is a greater alignment between the policy objectives in any particular year and the execution. Am I making sense? That what it is that we say we're going to do, either on a 5-year interval or annually, that there's a way of aligning performance metrics to ensure that those things are done. Obviously, with the right amount, with the right provisions for things that are outside of the control of an individual. And when we do that, Jamaicans will benefit. So the next phase is on performance management, and we'll have to engage in appropriate consultations for that. And what everyone has to look forward to is the ability to determine their performance benefit by executing on very clear mandates and measurable objectives. And what the public has to look forward to is a greater alignment of policy objectives with the incentives in the public service. Am I making sense? So this debate competition, as simple as you see it, with the illustrious prizes, I mean, the first prize there looked good, even the fourth prize. Is not only about the prizes. It's about, as I said earlier, inculcating and highlighting and transmitting and diffusing values that ultimately will make Jamaica a better place. So I thank you for your participation. I congratulate you. I love the energy. And I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, I too am here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. Minister is here. Good. Now, we're at a moment that we've all been waiting for. The team selection and moot assignments. Because, of course, the meat of the matter is the things that we're going to discuss, yes? And how we can contribute to making a more wonderful public service. Isn't that so? Yeah, good. I'd like to invite Tamika Gunmighty and Paula Shea Hastings, communication specialists from TIU, to assist me on stage. So where's box A? Hold on. Box A, box B, and the moots. Okay? So let's see who will be facing off in match 1. The proposition team is Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce. And the opposition team Okay, when you're announced, please stand. So the team from Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is proposition, and the opposition team is Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. All right, excellent. And they will be debating, be it resolved that the public sector should drastically change its culture of risk aversion in pursuit of greater levels of innovation. Minister didn't have a script, so somebody was in minister's head. Be it resolved, because innovation, yes? Let's go again. Be it resolved that the public sector should drastically change its culture of risk aversion in pursuit of greater levels of innovation. And can I tell you something? That was moot number 13. All right, thank you very much, teams. Let's go to match 2. Oh, all right. The proposition is Ministry of Local Government and Community Development. And the opposition, I would love some light background music for this part. It's so nice. Ministry of National Security. They will be debating the moot. Please stand, teams. Be it resolved that decisions relating to the use of mobile phones in schools should be determined exclusively by school administrators. Be it resolved that decisions relating to the use of mobile phones in schools should be determined exclusively by school administrators. So I'm going to go over here now for match 3. Thank you, teams. Please sit. Match 3. Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade will be the proposing team. And they're up against the Real Estate Board. So see each other, you know, good. And they will be debating, be it resolved that Jamaica should have regional municipal corporations instead of the current system. Be it resolved that Jamaica should have regional municipal corporations instead of the current system. Thank you, teams. Match, who's keeping track? Match 4, good, nice. The proposing team, Ministry of Justice. And the opposing team, I see you, Ministry of Justice, their opposing team will be Southern Regional Health Authority. They will be debating, be it resolved that public utilities, water, electricity, garbage collection, etc., should be completely privatized. Be it resolved that public utilities, water, electricity, garbage collection, etc., should be completely privatized. Thank you, teams. Let's go to match 5. Proposing team, Jamaica Information Service. And the opposing team, Jamaica National Heritage Trust. They will be debating the motion. Be it resolved that legislation should be passed to cap bank fees and charges in Jamaica. Be it resolved that legislation should be passed to cap bank fees and charges in Jamaica. Good thing this one is up to the 2 teams that will be debating it. Good. All right, match number 6. The proposing team is Agro Invest Corporation, rather. CU Agro Invest. And the opposing team is the Statistical Institute of Jamaica. Their debate is, be it resolved that media entities should publicly declare their political allegiance. Be it resolved that media entities should publicly declare their political allegiance. Let's do the draw for match number 7. Thank you, teams. Match 7, the proposing team, Development Bank of Jamaica. And the opposing team, oh, they are here. Yeah. The opposing team, Ministry of Education and Youth, the Central Ministry. All right. And they will be debating, be it resolved that, on balance, the gig economy does more harm than good. Be it resolved that, on balance, the gig economy does more harm than good. Thank you, teams. Match number 8. The proposing team is Ministry of Education, Teaching Service. And the opposing team, Water Resources Authority. And they will be debating the motion. Be it resolved that increasing the minimum wage leads to more harm than good for households and small businesses that hire labor. Be it resolved that increasing the minimum wage leads to more harm than good for households and small businesses that hire labor. Jermaine. Okay, match number 9. The proposing team, Administrator General's Department. Admin Jen's here? All right. And the opposing team, Cannabis Licensing Authority. And they will be debating. Let's see what they'll be discussing. Be it resolved that the standard work week should be reduced. That is not the end of the motion, please. Thank you. Let's get it all out. Be it resolved that the standard work week should be reduced to 32 hours without a reduction in pay and benefits. Thank you very much, teams. Everybody might show up to your debate. Where are we now? Match number 10. Okay. The proposing team will be the Court Administration Division. And the opposing team, Ministry of Health and Wellness. Call on the Lord, yes? And let's see what they'll be debating. The motion before that house will be it resolved that economic growth should take precedence over environmental conservation efforts. Be it resolved that economic growth should take precedence over environmental conservation efforts. Match 11. This match will feature in proposition the National Environment and Planning Agency, and side opposition, the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs. What will they be discussing? Be it resolved that the public sector does not sufficiently harness the talents of young people. Was that the young people doing that old grandma? Wow. The tone of it was so strong and nice. Be it resolved that the public sector does not sufficiently harness the talents of young people. Match 12. Okay. The proposing team, Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining. Good. And the opposing team, Jamaica Customs Agency. Their debate, we look at, be it resolved that music that promotes violence is a significant contributor to violence in schools. Be it resolved that music which promotes violence is a significant contributor to violence in schools. And match 13. The proposing team is the Accountant General's Department. And it means that side opposition, or final team, is the Social Development Commission. So, what will they be debating? Be it resolved that the normalization of remote work would have a negative impact on productivity in the public service. Be it resolved that the normalization of remote work would have a negative impact on productivity in the public service. And that's the matchup. Oh, hold on. All right. I'm excited. The Jamaica Association of Debating and Empowerment and the TIU have definitely put you all to work. I'm excited for the research, the dialogue. This is going to be good. Some very topical issues and some emergent ones, and some that are prevailing discussions when you think of economic growth and the environment, sustainable development. You know, I'm not going to give any more because I've started to analyze some of the motions in my brain already. I'm ready for the matches. I'm ready. All right. So we've gone through that exciting bit of telling you who will be debating and what they will be debating. But we missed a look at the recap video. Yes? So now, let's turn our eyes back to the screen to see the excitement of the previous competition.
Fierce, and left no doubt in anyone's mind that the final match would be equally ferocious.
You cannot know where you are going if you do not know where you're coming from. The death penalty, ladies and gentlemen, has always been a barbaric means of exacting punishment. No matter how many attempts have been made by various nations to make the death penalty more palatable and less egregious, it keeps falling short of the mark.
Kill the boy in a church when the pastor pray. Murder your little brother on your funeral day. Cut the newborn short, because you know me not play. The lyrics of dancehall songs are often a reflection of the violent nature of our society. In fact, a lot of what was said in the quoted song has manifested in our country. This, ladies and gentlemen, is modern Jamaica.
We have a duty to uphold dignity despite wrongs in the eyes of society, for the principles we want to preserve as a modern Jamaica. How do we separate ourselves from a Rushane Barnett when we fry and puncture and choke people to death ourselves? So yes, we have to take the moral high ground and show our society that we are capable of not using the same tactics of the condemned to address a problem they created.
Jamaica has a 40% rate in recidivism.
For every 10 convicted criminals in prison, at the end of their sentence, at least 4 will return to prison for same or similar crimes. From a capital murder perspective, recently Jamaica recorded a high of 1,641 murders, and it is assumed the murders were committed by 1,000 perpetrators. According to the rate of 40%, 400 of them will kill again if they are released on the streets. And it gets worse, ladies and gentlemen. Our Minister of National Security reported on Primetime News that accused murderers out on bail are committing further murders, including killing state witnesses. Do you remember the Transman trial? Many of the accused, whilst out on bail, were brought up behind bars for new offences even before the trial ended. Honorable judges, we cannot afford to jeopardize the precious lives of our decent, law-abiding citizens to the recidivism of the worst of the worst.
Let's be honest, we can kill till thy kingdom come. It will do nothing to shape the minds and lives of young people in our high schools who don't understand proper conflict resolution and feel that taking a knife to school will show for them are bad people. Furthermore, Mr. Chairman, we must be careful of the influence we create when our response as a state is retaliation and vengeance in a present society that you also mentioned is stricken with jungle justice.
That cases that are well investigated and have overwhelming evidence against the offender may have a quick conclusion as it incentivizes the capital murder into a confession as seen in the Cocoa Peace killer case. This confession spared the grieving family from the torment of a long trial, which also saved taxpayers millions of dollars. We have said justice must be served, and we must say the death penalty has a place. These dirty men must be punished, according to Romain Virgo. The life that the death penalty may save is your very own. I thank you.
Well researched were the arguments, eloquent the presentations, but only one team could claim the ultimate prize.
The team that won this debate, grand finals, that team is the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. It all came down to this, pandemonium and celebration.
As you can see, capturing the title of Public Sector Debate Champions 2024 will be no easy feat. This year, 26 teams have entered the competition, but who will win the coveted spot as the best debaters in the public sector?
May the best team win.
The Public Sector Debate Competition, facing issues, influencing solutions.
Hello, I am Kamisha's assistant.
What an exciting recap. It really seemed to have been a fiery final match. Well, listen, we have now done our team selection and moot assignments, but not to worry if you didn't get to take note of your moot or your opposing team. Team TIU will send out the match details later today. And remember to vote for the social media fan favorite on Instagram at TIU_Jamaica and Facebook at TIU Jamaica when voting opens later this month. Also, please be reminded that the registration for training closes today, May 15th, and we strongly recommend that at least one member of each team attends training. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to rumble? That sounded a little tame, but yes. We have come to the end of the launch of the Public Sector Debate Competition for 2024. Thank you for being such a fantastic audience. Now, don't forget to vote for your social media fan favorite on Instagram and Facebook when voting opens. Enjoy the refreshments and remember to capture your team photos before you leave today. So don't forget, capture your team photos. You know, if you might want to do it even before you go and grab some refreshments. Because ladies, I know we always want to make sure that the lipstick stays in place and give our best side for the fan favorite photo. I hope you enjoyed today. I hope the excitement continues to build until I see you in July for the finals of the competition. I'm Kamisha Swaby. Have a fantastic day.